At the grand old age of 22, Peter Bloeme has already earned the title of champion. In 1977, he won the World Frisbee title. But competing days are over for the former soccer player, martial arts expert. Now he spends his time on the road, traveling with members of his Pro Disc Jammers team, a team that's made several national television appearances. Peter's partner on this trip is jammer Mike Switzer, a Tampa firefighter who likes to put his special talent for spinning frisbees to work in a part-time job. Peter and Mike are convinced frisbees are no fad item. They claim there are more frisbees sold each year than footballs, baseballs, and basketballs put together. Most who buy those frisbees are amateurs. They usually use just their hands for throwing and catching. But as you can see, Peter and Mike put their fingers, knees, and feet into the process. Occasionally, they even get into the catching act together. Peter is here in Tampa to spread his frisbee expertise around. He says there's only one way for someone interested in the sport to get good at it.
If you're interested, practice and you'll improve. It's as easy as that.
What's the trick to doing it right?
Well, you have to have spin on the frisbee and you have to have the proper angle. So try not to turn your wrist over and snap your wrist so you get a lot of spin on the disc.
What's the secret to good frisbee catching?
Main thing is concentrate on the frisbee and watch it with your eyes. Keep your hand open until the frisbee arrives. Right after it hits your hand, close your fingers.
How important is the kind of frisbee one uses when one plays frisbee?
It's extremely important. Sometimes you want to go out at night and you want one that lights up. Sometimes you want to put one in your pocket, so it depends on the individual, again, what you enjoy playing with.
Let's take a look at some of those different frisbees. There's a fringe disco disc for the younger crowd, a needlepoint frisbee for art enthusiasts, a pyramid disc for easy spinning, and a holy disc for waving at your partner before a throw. Those worried about beating somebody with a regular frisbee might consider a soft-side flippy flyer. There's also a lighted future flight for nighttime sports. A mini disc is also available for those who have to carry equipment in their socks and for those who want to use lung power to keep it in the air. And finally, there's the Tampa Bay disc, the version that will be given away in huge quantities this weekend. For Newswatch Noon, Chris Rebelo. It all started years ago when somebody pitched a frisbee pie pan just for the fun of it. Since then, that pie pan's turned plastic, and Peter Bloome has turned his talent for throwing it into gold. The former soccer player has formed his own Pro Disc Jammer team. He and his partners travel the country now, dazzling crowds while they spin, kick, and catch the round things. Peter's convinced frisbees are here to stay. He claims there are more of them sold each year than baseball, basketballs, and footballs together. He also claims anyone can get good at it.
If you're interested, practice and you'll improve. It's as easy as that.
What's the trick to doing it right?
Well, you have to have spin on the frisbee and you have to have the proper angle. So try not to turn your wrist over and snap your wrist so you get a lot of spin on the disc.
What's the secret to good frisbee catching?
Main thing is concentrate on the frisbee and watch it with your eyes. Keep your hand open until the frisbee arrives. Right after it hits your hand, close your fingers.
The former champ also says the type of frisbee used is important to the game. He recommends a fringe disco disc for the younger crowd, a needlepoint frisbee for art enthusiasts, a holy disc for waving at partners, and a mini disc for those wanting to carry equipment in their socks. Incidentally, that version is also good for those of you wanting to use lung power to keep it in the air. And for those of you not at all interested in becoming a frisbee professional, I'd recommend using the flippy flyer. If it goes in the wrong direction, at least you won't hurt anybody. Chris Rebelo, Newswatch 8.